I've carried so much guilt for sometimes not showing up. There's sometimes that I am called or and you know the need and it's there and so forth. And so Mike's off for Vanessa Nyawera. I'm curious about what she's saying is when you really want to help. But yeah, it's just that you can't like and so have you ever felt guilty of not holding space? So Yawera, Vanessa, if you unmute yourself so that I want to hear your answer here, because I have dealt with, and sometimes even as recently, sometimes with family, I have this thing of, my gosh, I wish I could help. And then I feel guilty, knowing very well that I can't. Sometimes, even when you're sick, sometimes you are tired, but there's an expectation that you should, and you feel guilty. So how do you deal with that, guys? Like, I'm curious about, one, whether you've had an instance where you didn't hold space, or you chose not to, or you knew that you just couldn't. And the guilt, if you ever felt guilty, how do you deal with such circumstances? You can start with
Okay,
anyone.
so for me, yeah, it's not every day that you can give. It's not every day that you can be there, and I already accepted that. I already like I said, I really break down on who I want to be and how to do that. So I've accepted that I can't always be there, and I one thing for sure is I can't give what I don't have. So that's the first thing. So if someone expects me to be somewhere or someone wants me to do something for them, um, if I can, honestly, I do it. Like one thing I also said is this year, yes, one of my goals, it didn't come in January, it came like later in the year. I said I want to be a person of my word. So if I say I'm going to do something, I try to really hold up to that word, like, let me do it, because I want to be that person where if I come to you, Divine, and I tell you, Divine, I'm going to do it, I want you to be able to trust me and say, Vanessa said she would do it, she will do it. So I've tried being that person and making sure that the people around me feel that way, like, oh, she said she's going to do it, she'll do it, just give her time. So first, I'm very careful about what I promise. And then number two, if I can't do it, because honestly, I really analyze, especially if it's something that I really have to go out of my way of. If I can't do it, I say sorry and I ask myself, why can't you do it? I do. I honestly ask myself. And if it was out of my out of my way, or it wasn't like it's out of my capabilities, honestly, I don't feel so guilty. Yes, you can feel guilty for a little bit, but then afterwards I deal with that emotion and I tell myself, Vanessa, there's nothing you could have done. So when that happens, the process is easier for me to, process it and move on. But
Yeah.
if I could, sometimes you can, but you don't want. That's the fact. Sometimes you can and you don't want. It's true. It happens. So
That's
I
true.
ask me, it's true. It happens because people sometimes. One thing that sometimes we have to deal with is people abuse.
Mm,
The relationship. People abuse it, and for me, I've accepted that is there. And for me, it's not about what someone does. For me, it's about what I do. Because I never look at what other people, I never look at it from this other person. I look at it from how do I feel about it? Can I do it? And if I'm to do it, will it take much of me? Will it affect me? Will it, I look at it. So in situations where I can do it, but I don't want to, I also ask myself, why don't I want to? And if it's a reason that if it is a reason that is probably selfish, or it's from like where it comes from is not, it's like maybe selfish or anger, or it's from a reason that is not good enough. Honestly, sometimes I just do it because I'm like, my reasons are not good enough. It's just me being mean or being angry, like trying to probably hurt that person, or me being selfish. So when it comes to that, sometimes I just do it because that reason wasn't good enough. But if it's something that is out of my way, imagine, or I can't do it, I
You
will
don't.
say honestly, yes, I can't do it. So I really look at things like how I can show up, and I really analyze everything and my emotions, and yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Nyawera,
Yeah.
ever felt
Where
guilty of of not showing up, of not holding space? And how do you navigate when you actually, as the Vanessa said, actually, Vanessa, you're so kind. If I don't want to nowadays, I don't. I'm like, listen, my cup is, when, especially when my cup is empty, um,
mm,
with all good intentions, when my cup is empty, I actually I have learned to listen to myself and say, my cup is empty. I can't give. I can't.
You can't
I
give
can't.
what you don't have. You
Yeah.
can't.
And so,
In
and I
fact,
also feel bad, but I'm just like, but honestly, my cup is just not, it's not full. And therefore I need to sleep and fill my
yeah,
cup. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Yawera.
I actually wrote something down. I said, cannot serve from depletion, you
Hmm.
know. And I think I learned the hard way. And it was a situation at my previous workplace where somebody who I felt was very close to me was going through something, but so was I. And I wasn't able to be there for them. But then they
Yeah.
had watched me be there for someone else who you wouldn't equate as being very close to me, you know. So their expectation of me showing up for them was very high, you know. And then that kind of changed a lot because I was like, oh, but you knew, because you're close to me, you knew what I was going through, and you knew that I couldn't do this, right? So why are you catching a feeling that I
Yeah.
wasn't able to be there for you, you know? And right then I think I learned now how to make decisions on what Vanessa was saying. Am I doing it from obligation or from a point of alignment? You
Yeah.
know, and the minute I'm able to ask myself that question and I can give myself a clear answer, then I feel like I've learned how to honor myself by unplugging from things that are not for me or are not in that space. And I feel like I've also worked on my relationships like well enough to know that my trusting true relationships will know, will hold space for me because they understand that honestly, if Nya could, I know she would, you know, and that she can't, I'd be mad, or whoever would be mad, but it's not from a point of mistrust. It's not because I have let them down in the past. It's because there must be something else happening that I'm not being able to. So I think aligning myself with, is it in my alignment or is it an obligation, has really helped me clear that up. That yes, I can show up. And just like Vanessa said, people also take advantage, you know, and we're constantly going through things. Today is a bad day for me because of 1, 2, 3 things. Tomorrow it's not. So lucky you who gets me on a good Monday when everything is woo, and I'll do your laundry, iron it, even cook. On a Friday, I won't even open the door for you, you know. So I think I've come to ask myself, is it out of alignment or obligation? And then just trust myself to unplug, because the last thing you want is to do something badly. I don't want to be that person who said I'll do it and then I do it so badly that that's the taste that I leave in your mouth. Yeah.